It's Blue Lives Matter. Sorry, trying to get to where you can see my camera screen. This is going to be a short live. It's a good thing. I've been out running on about 26 hours of cop watch. Um, so I'm tuckered out, but I stopped by Via today uh, after being in the downtown area for the majority of the morning. Uh, and what I'm reporting on is that, let me turn my camera around. You'll see the homeless over where they're supposed to be. They're off of Via property. You got some of them on the public sidewalk over here. Via guards are not going over there and harassing them or doing anything inappropriate. And this is something that I've worked on for damn near two years. Um, so it's important to me that I give praise when things go well as when I criticize things. Um, I've sat out here and watched for the last hour and a half. Security has not gone down the public sidewalks and hassled any of the homeless. They do still protect their property, but they're not hyper aggressive about it like they used to be. And for me, that's critical. So, again, down here at the Via Metropolitan Transit Authority Centro Plaza Station, Via, this is 123 North Medina, and for the longest time they were really hyper aggressive. They still don't allow people to park their vehicles in these lots if they feed the homeless, but I've gotten the word out to everyone they can come down and park along any of these parking meters. There's now benches underneath the overhead over there where they feed the homeless, and there's a good flock of them over there. So again, that's a good thing for me. All the time and effort that I did work with several of the VIA board members, some of them behind the scenes, making little recommendations, little suggestions, dropping tidbits of videos showing them what it looks like to the public. Um, you know, VIA police arrested me for complaining about their activity. They thought that would shut me up. It damn sure didn't do it. They lost the arrest. It was dismissed, lack of evidence, for trespassing on a public sidewalk. But again, we knew the reason they did it was to shut me up, to stop me from championing my cause. Now, VIA has not messed with me. They've been polite, they've been courteous. I'm the same way with them. I will continue to be courteous with their people as long as they're courteous with me. But I will still be out here checking up on them as often as I need to be. And that's just what it is. You know, facts are there's not much going on down here. I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream because, again, it's important for me to give credit where credit is due. And Via policy, regardless of how it got down to the guards and police officers, they're no longer doing what they used to do. And that's important to me. Yes, they still have a tough job to do. They need to keep Centro Plaza safe and secure. But that was never, what they were doing was never anything to do with keeping Centro Plaza safe and secure. This public sidewalk has always been a public sidewalk, and telling people they can't use it, or the other side of the sidewalk saying that's via property, was out of line. Just like when Officer Knowles told me I couldn't park on a public street because it's private property because Via's buildings are next to the street. These are things, like I said, until board members actually saw that happening, they're like, yeah, right. Um, so again, Via's done a great job. That's what this is about today. I want to thank whoever stopped in. Don't see any messages in live chat. I want to thank you for stopping in on the live feed. Again, typical boring stuff, but this is what I do the majority of the time. I spent close to 7.5 hours just following up on something downtown this morning. Had a small story, but not really newsworthy. Bike patrol had a building cordoned off. They ran a dog up in there. Not really newsworthy again, but spent a lot of time in downtown last night. Was out on the east side and in Converse last night as well. You know, typically I'm not going to go live for most things, but for this, I'm going to post it as live. I'm going to close this out, and then I'm going to call it a day. So if you don't hear from me for a while, it's because I spent too much time out, and I need to go get some serious sleep. Thank you, AB. I appreciate the comment. Yeah, there are some VIA police officers that are not very people oriented, and I focus on them when I see it. If you ever run across one that rubs you wrong, drop me the name. I'll focus on that specific officer, because they get the message after we start filming specific officers. Those officers either change or they get reassigned to a different job. And you can just Blue Lives Matter 2. You can find no address. It's listed. You can send me an email there if you have any other hints or any other issues. But heck, just last week I came out here, security guard and the officer both working. I came out and I told them, you guys, I'm not going to get any story. You're both working. You don't do anything wrong. I appreciate that. So again, we know there are bad cops. There are always going to be bad cops. I can't see them all the time, but if you run across anything, any of my viewers run across anything, and you drop me a hint, I will go research it. Trust me. Bike patrol this morning was like, wow, you're up early. I'm like, no, I've been out all night. They're like, what? I'm like, I'm just following up on a little something. And then they ran across me, or I ran across them later, and they had some questions for me. They know I know the area, a lot of the players in the downtown area. But either way, police were actually nice. I dropped my headphones after I was talking to them, and they picked them up and chased me a block to give them back. I turned around and saw the cops chasing me. I was like, oh crap, what they gonna get me for this time? But it wasn't anything bad. And so, they're like, hey, these are yours. I was like, oh yeah, thanks. But again, where I was getting to is, I'm not anti-police. I'm accountability. Unfortunately, that means that bad police officers get my attention. And again, today is about praising the positive changes that have happened out here. Still a lot of things that could go better. Still a lot of things that VIA needs to improve on, but it's a work in progress, and we like it. 35 and 410. The Randolph, there were some serious issues out there. Actually had a guard send his thug friends out to try to intimidate me and threaten me at that location. I thought it was funny myself. I don't get intimidated very easily, but yeah, I know where you're talking about, Randolph Park and Ride. And like I said, I go to all the VIA facilities. If you have something specific, drop it in a comment or email me if you want, and I will certainly check into it. Once again, thanks everybody. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I'll be out of circuit for about probably 24 hours because I'm going to go get some much needed rest. Thank you again, guys. This is Blue Lives Matter signing out from North Medina down by Via Centro.